Hello everybody. Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Friday. Welcome to the beginning of your weekend, should your weekend begin on a Friday. We're here. Miss Kira's here. You have anything to say? She's got some purses. She's hanging out. How you guys doing? I have a fairly straightforward agenda for today. Firstly, I'd like to introduce you to my final remix alt, unless I realized something I forgot. I needed a goblin. So meet Boppin. Her name is Boppin. She's a goblin. She's a hunter. I have a spirit beast for a pet. And I am doing the cheese, more or less. Hope having a good day. Hope you are too. Thank you. Yeah, that is the same name as my hardcore that is my hardcore Voidwalker name. How auspicious, fortuitous. It's a kitty. Oh man, I've been doing random heroics. I was solo queuing random heroics on characters that I've been leveling, and it's pretty funny because sometimes it seems like almost 50-50 whether you get either like a high level character or just like a level 20 twinked trial account priest, or it's just a group full of other people doing the same thing as I am. That and then you have to do the dungeon like normally, which is fine, but it's funny because sometimes everybody will stand around looking like, wait, what do we do again? There's nobody to follow who's just annihilating everything. I don't quite understand. All right. These ones. Also, after this dungeon, I just wanted to be sitting in queue while I was waiting on the stream countdown so I could feel like I was being super efficient. But fear not. The story of Mongo, Minion, and Mayhem's not over yet. But it is ready, I think, for his big mailbox loading moment, so I wanted to do that on stream this morning. I saved it. S-Priest, absolutely. Hate Algathar, no fun. It was one of my least favorites. Although that was mainly on behalf of the bird boss. I never made my peace with the bird boss. I never made friends with the bird boss. I never came to terms with the bird boss. John Gorski, thank you very much for the 19-month resub. Hey, hello, welcome. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thanks for the 19 months. Also here, it's 2 in the morning to by any chance judge T-Mog appearances. Not necessarily. I say they're all beautiful because I am open-minded and terrified of hurting anyone's feelings. So you can't really get an objective pronouncement from me. Suffice to say that I love it and I think you're brilliant. Is Boppin getting the Flooby treatment? I can get Flooby raid carries, but I can't get Flooby dungeon carries because Boppin is Horde. And Flooby's a member of the Alliance, so I need to do the dungeons on my lonesome. But a lot of the time you end up queuing into somebody else that is going quite fast anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. So that's her second of the first batch of 8 dungeons. But I want to do the, I want to open up Mongo's mail. I was just waiting for you guys. Festival live, can't see the bonfires. I'm assuming it would be 10 a.m. They usually like to kick stuff off at 10. So yeah, another 50 minutes, 50. Oh man. Getting thread spools on these low-level characters is really funny because like an extra 60 crit when you're level 12 is kind of bananas. Your cloak starts with like 150 Versa or something for an alt cloak, and that's quite a bit. And then I like used one of these spools and I got like another 150 Versa, and it made my versatility like, yeah, I've got 106% right now just because I've been getting these little thread spools for doing a quest here and there, or like a daily queue. Anyways, she's good for the moment. I've decided not to pursue all of the remix weapons or even any more of them. It's not going to do me the slightest bit of good to look at them and decide that I want them. Especially because all the ones that I want are probably going to be from like raids, and then I'd have to, it's just a mess. I'm better off just pretending that they don't exist unless they add in some kind of a arsenal item. That would be nice, but I don't know if I'm holding on to hope for it. But in the meantime, where did we leave Mongo? Where is Sir Mongo? There he is. Level 41. He's been doing his prot warrior thing. He's done his 3 raids. I think he's ready to open his mailbox. Horde? We don't know her. Have you heard of Terraceland? Yesterday was the first time I heard of it. Apparently today they bought it a huge amount of WoW streamers. I don't know the name. Is it by any chance a Western fantasy MMO? Because if so, then I have an idea. I may not reply to everything in my inbox, but I do read them. Alright, let's see. Mongo is level 41. He has on his cloak 339% experience gain after a run through each of the raids in a variety of dungeons. His male helper add-on says that based on raid tokens, he is ready to go. It says based on heroic dungeon tokens, he's not, but I believe that I only need one, so... It also says he has no threads or items left in his mail, so it's time to open. Go, Mongo, go! You never wanted to end before 70. Yes. Excellent. Little overkill. Perfect. Exactly what we wanted. Not super overkill. That was precisely the thing. There we go. Level 70. Another warrior. A Tauren. Fancy that. Which add-on is that? Remix Mail Helper is that one. Although I actually just kind of opened my mail because it was all finished at that point. Where are we? I'm looking for this. I may as well pick up my free bronze. I don't need it for anything. There's really no course here for me to spend this bronze because all of the vendors have been completely purchased out. I guess I can look at them one more time, but yeah, no, like I have all 1,888 appearances from here and 1,241 from there. We're done. We did it. Remendo, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Don't go near any mobs. Yeah, I think he's just gonna log out and then that's gonna be his life. I guess I could put him in a transmog set so that he can look cute in the meantime. Can you buy those shoulders with bronze? Do you mean the tusks of Manaroth? Because I have those already. Oh, I got dismounted. I have everything. From the vendors anyways. I don't have all of the exclusive weapons. And I don't think I'm gonna get them. Are you able to quickly explain what Remix is? Depends on the degree to which you want your explanation to be thorough. It's a limited time version of Mists of Pandaria where you play through it at a rapid pace with extra abilities and powers so that you can quickly overpower the content, farm an event-specific currency, and then use it to get a variety of cosmetics, including the entire back catalog of Mists of Pandaria cosmetics. So there's some new things that you can earn that are really cute, and then you can just like catch up on your collection of like raid and dungeon and sets and whatnot. Let's see. Now is it Pond Nettle time? Not quite. He does look good with the Plunderlord set. I wanted to put him in. I have all of these Pandaren sets, you know. Surely I should wear something. Surely I should wear one of them. What? Who is Mongo? Is he wearing the shaman set? No, that looks funny. He's not a shaman. I know he doesn't have to be to wear the dark shaman set, but it just looks a bit silly. The Heart of Fear thing's not bad. In green-ish? I don't know. Sure. Transmog's free anyway. Alright, so that's Mongo done. There was something I was going to check on my login screen, or was it just... I think it was just leveling up this guy. Excited to see the vendor selling weapons? Does the vendor? Oh, you mean the arsenal vendor? Like the class one? There is some new stuff for Midsummer this year, but I have yet to get to the bottom of all of it. The event's not live in NA yet. It will be soon. I think there's a new Drake riding skin. I think that's the gist of it. Back shield and Drake customization. There you go. That's class appropriation. For all your info videos that you made, thank you. Aw, cheers. Okay, I logged on to Squidgy. I didn't need to do that. Squidgy's retired for the moment unless we decide to do some, like, giving back to the people normal raid runs. New manuscripts, always 50k gold for me. Gather you're not too fussed about the random weapon appearances. I don't think I'm gonna be. I think it would be too much of a project. I tried to, like, casually farm. I thought that if I could get them pretty easily, then I would work on it. But I tried to casually farm. I just needed like a staff or something. And I was farming mobs and I was doing quests and I was getting like every other weapon in like quintuplicate, which is a new word I've just invented. And nothing. All right, we're getting back on Boppin. Boppin's got stuff to bop. Normals could use some max out of level, folks. I've been, and this is gonna sound kind of goofy at me, but it's not like I think that I'm doing the world any great service by doing this, but whenever I ask Flabby to run one of my characters through a normal, I also make sure we list up the group so that 8 other people can come. Am I not a most generous overlord? I can share. I will probably do some Garrison squidgy too. Are you leaving, kitty cat? Let me see. Dungeon, random, heroics. Hopefully we can get into something good, and if not, hopefully I can do some reasonable damage on my own. You like my pet? It's a spirit beast. I tamed it in the Jade Forest because I tripped on it. And the first time I tried to tame it, somebody came up behind me and killed it while I was trying to tame it. And it was kind of late at night, and I was feeling emotional, and I was like, monster. But they may not have known what was going on. They probably just thought they were saving me. So I found it up again because it's not like a rare spawn. Thank you. Oh, great one. We don't know exactly what kind of gear we're going to get once remix characters go live. I heard a 424 figure being thrown around, which sounded pretty low, but we're going to be able to get gear in the pre-patch event anyways, so it kind of doesn't super matter as long as they give us something. How many max level alts have I made in remix? The mage, I'm going to forget something. I made a mage, panda mage, dwarf paladin, tauren warrior, of course. My first 2 characters, so Shellfish the troll priest and then Squidgy the gnome hunter. That's 5. Mollywobble the mechano mistweaver monk makes 6. I don't know. That might be it. They happen really fast, so maybe I'm forgetting something. The Pally, I think I counted the Pally. Fizzle Blast, thank you for the 5-month resub. Appreciate it very much. After remix, WoW seems so slow now. Started Mongo yesterday. I should have checked Mongo's /played time. I bet you it was pretty reasonable. I think I probably did it in somewhere in the 3-hour range because the dungeons were kind of off and on, but the raids went really fast. The fastest way of leveling is via the bonus experience token cheese strat that I've detailed in a video on my YouTube channel. You basically do random heroic dungeons. You do the 3 tier 14 raids at the earliest level that you can. You leave all of the bonus XP tokens on the floor on the bosses, so they stack up in your mailbox, but you loot the threads. There's add-ons that can help you do that. You can manually pick through them, or there's a mail add-on that lets you pick them out of your mailbox. All right, anybody doing anything big here? Yep, there's a 476 paladin. I'm in business. Lovely, love to see it. Hey, not last night to try that. It is Zandalari troll for heritage armor. Not sure what class to roll. Ideas. Always true. Zandalari trolls are fun because they're so huge. I think they make fun ret paladins too, just because they're so tall, which makes all of the paladin spell graphics really stand out. They do have really cool druid forms. That is true. Okay. So these tokens right here, the purple bonus XP ones, those are what you want to leave on the ground. Anything else you can get. There are auto loot add-ons that make it easier than what I'm doing. I'm just kind of enjoying doing it manually. Hunter's always good. That's kind of my like when in doubt pick for making all these alts for heritage armor is if I can't decide, I just make a hunter because I know I like hunters. I know I don't mind having a million of them. It's kind of fun getting each of them pets and stuff. Okay. Where are we at? This way? Something like that. We're clearing a lot of stuff. That's why I have auto loot off precisely. It's a pretty good strat. I should be able to get Boppin. She's 13 now, and I should be 70 before the end of the stream. If I get even half decent dungeons. If I get groups like this that can kind of blow through it, we're in good shape. The problem's gonna be if I end up in like Scholomance or that one with the tree and the waves, and I end up in groups where nobody's doing any damage like myself, then it's gonna take a little longer, but you know, you do your best. What do? There we go. Troll Shami already. Kind of excluding Shami, thinking monk for Mog. Make a monk. It's been warm. I've been doing my best to adjust my dog's nap schedule so that he's not ravenous for a walk at the hottest part of the day, and it's really hard because that's normally when his energy's spiking, but like he fries, he cooks. I don't want to cook my dog. I think I'm gonna have to go for like a big thing after stream with him to see if I can buy some time. Do I have a problem? Oh, you do have interrupt. Horde only, both ally and horde. Mainly alliance. I'm just leveling a bunch of alts for heritage armor. If I had to pick one race to play for the rest of my life, it would be gnome. Okay. And then I'm just gonna grab all this. I don't really mind doing it this way. That was dungeon number 2. I might actually count them. I might actually, here, I've got paper. I've got a pen. I do have paper, don't I? Oh, I do. There it is. This one. Because it's pretty straightforward. You do 8. And I've done 1, 2. That was my 3rd dungeon today, I think. 1, 2, 3, 8, and then that gets you to 25. And then you do 6 MSV. You do 6, and that gets you. And then you do Heart of Fear. And then you do 2 more, because you should do a total of 16. And then you do toes, and then you can open your mail. So I think I'm 3 of 8 for the first batch, which is the one that takes the longest. Feeling like I need to delete alts. Too many, can't even use them all. I hope that they eventually. I know that we're getting like we're getting improvements to the character select screen. We're getting like the warbands, you know, camps, fire scene, and everything. I'm hoping that at some point there's something that like. What I want is I want to oh, that's a lot of stamina. More ways to organize all of my alts. Honestly, I kind of want to sort them like files. I want to put them in folders. I mean, you can like hide max level alts by deleting them with the understanding that you can restore them later as long as you don't need to restore them all at once. But that's kind of a drastic measure. Ooh, we need multi-shot. And probably barb shot wouldn't hurt either. And then maybe a little bit more of that so we can keep up. There we go. Good morning. How are you doing? Good morning. I'm doing all right this morning. How are you? I am behind on my tasks for the day because I slept in, but I feel like a real human being because I slept in. It's a tricky one. I created Caterly Bonaduce. Bonaduce? Wood Elf Druid in EverQuest in 2002. 1 hour every 10 hours for the last 22.5 years. Holy smokes. Terrasland has to be the game with the worst ratio of streamers playing the game. Bots 2 lines in the Wikipedia page I've ever seen. Well, I got you talking about it. Marketing dollars going somewhere. Okay. I'll pick this one up, but I don't expect to ever get the second part of it done. Alt sorting folders in Excel sheet, but that's just me being a spreadsheet freak. I want to hide the ones I'm not using. I'm a big fan of putting things away when I don't need them handy. I don't like having a ton of stuff out on a countertop. I want to put it away in cabinets and then just have the stuff that I'm using like every day on the proverbial countertop. So I have this like itchy desire to like hide a bunch of alts that I have for once in a while, but not for like usual. As someone who does that with service. Nowadays it would make more sense to do that with servers. There was a time when I was very excited about centralizing all of my characters onto one realm because that meant I could share their gold together. It meant I could share their items between each other. But with warbands and the warband bank, in the War Within, you kind of don't need to worry about that anymore. You could kind of just, you know, use your war bank to centralize your gold and to move your items around. Let me loot. Let me loot. Just pop them in a volcano. Someone said in Max's chat today, I hope the bag is worth it. Yeah, well, you gotta pay the bill somehow. It's tough because it's like a big season for WoW right now. So you want to put all your energy into making WoW content. And you got to make sure that you're still taking care of yourself and your own mental health and whatnot. And sometimes you get offers that are like, you have to decide, like, is this dubious ethically? Is this just dubious for my reputation? Is this just a dubious use of my time? Is this not going to damage my reputation or my morals? And it doesn't take that much time, and I should just do the thing and get the money, you know? Like, is anybody actually going to lose respect for me if I play XYZ game for, like, a couple of hours? And the answer is probably not. You know, it's not like anybody's going to be ruined because they did that, or, like, a Raid Shadowland sponsorship, or, like... unless you've, like, made a big stink about how you would never do such a thing, people, for the most part, like, they might not watch the sponsor stream, but they also, it's not going to ruin you forever. Not anymore. There used to be more of a culture of people really wanting their creators to be, like, authentic and sort of this anti-sellout thing, and I think everybody's kind of gotten desensitized to people doing sponsorships and stuff. How are you? What are you up to? Hello, I'm doing well. I am leveling a Goblin Hunter on Remix. Also, that was dungeon 4 of 8. See if I can remember to mark them down. I've managed to trip and fall into a group that's doing them quite quickly, so I'm pleased with that. I'm gonna hang on to this for as long as I can. Unique WoW question. Can't seem to find anyone that knows the answer to it. Try. Maybe somebody in chat will know. These guys are pretty smart. Most people draw the line like gambling sponsorships. So like, you know, kit contracts, that kind of thing. It'd be a shame if somebody had to decide between, like, down payment money and their dignity. Stopped watching people that do sponsored streams over and over, so if you want me to not watch, you know how. You do understand, though, that like... I guess it doesn't matter. There's more to running a stream and having a community than a pure cost-benefit analysis. But if you were to run a cost-benefit analysis and you're trying to weigh out like a brand deal, a sponsorship contract, against a person that doesn't sub, you've got some numbers to look at. I'm not saying that matters to me. I'm not saying I'm doing anything at all. I'm not even saying I'm trying to get rid of you. Currently about 18 months of WoW time with tokens with gold. Looking by 30 more months of WoW time. Holy smokes. They are adamant that they aren't sponsored or ad streams. Interesting. Maybe it's just really good. Hazel X steak.
Get bone.
There we go. Sko was playing Shadow Legends the other night. Yeah, my worst fear is that people think that I don't do sponsorships because I think I'm too good for them, and then if I ever do take one, they go, oh, hypocrite, because there's nothing anybody likes more than dunking on a hypocrite. I just want to be clear, it's not because I think I'm too good for them. It's because I am still working on myself and I want to make sure that I am comfortable in my ability to do my regular content output before I take on any extra work that is not directly serving my mission statement, so to speak. Like, I don't feel like I'm comfortable enough with my video output to be taking on extra projects. If I get to that point where I'm a little more consistent and a little more regular, then it's going to make more sense for me to opt into stuff like that, and I would like to. Listen, I emailed all kinds of people yesterday. I made so many appointments. I just kind of like snapped and I was like, you know what? I've got a bunch of stuff I need to get done and I need to do, and I've been putting it off, and I have to. It was that thing I was talking about yesterday on stream. It's like I can't just not do any errands until after the War Within launches. That's stupid and not a good idea. That's not how that works. So I need to just make a bunch of appointments. So I talked to. I've got a annual exam booked for my cat. I've got a booster shot booked for my dog. I've got a mechanic appointment booked for my car. I'm trying to get in to see the optometrist to get just some sunglasses. It's not that. Dungeon number 5. I want to make sure I take that cue. Did you want to? I posed the question to you. Who wants to do emails? Nobody I mean, some people like it, and those people I don't trust. Wouldn't mind if you did do ad streams. I appreciate that. WoW has it spoiled. Needs a lot of polish. Play the Auctionist in WoW. Sometimes you gotta bite through the sour apple. The nice thing is that a bunch of those appointments actually don't need to be until July. I just needed to book them now so that I kind of have them on the calendar and I know that they're coming later. Although I do need to get my car taken in. I'm salty because it's on my day off. And on my days off, I like to be a lump. You know, I like to just kind of do my laundry, vacuum my floors, and then lay on my couch and play Stardew Valley. Aside from like walking the dog and stuff. And I don't want to spend all day waiting for my car to get done. I might just see if they can keep it overnight. I like sending emails, provided that they are emails that are phishing tests within my organization. That's kind of fun. It's like you're trying to officially prank people for work. Laying their couch playing Stardew Valley. They do a great job with my car, but the waiting area is really depressing. I don't like it at all. I don't like hanging out there. I would rather leave and go. I would rather do laps around the mall. Work that way too. Avoid, then the mood strikes and boom, do all the responsible stuff at once. It's normally because I realize that I've started to get just super tense in a way that I just can't relax, and I know if I just like do all that stuff I'm avoiding, I will feel better, and I can tell whether or not I've actually done everything by whether or not my like muscles can chill. I thought I would feel better after I made all those appointments, and I feel a little bit better, but I don't. I'm still kind of hurting, so I think I have a few more calls to make. Yeah, we're just gonna not do that. If that was a... No, that's not. Some kind of weird hidden robot car repair rooms, they're all terrible. One time I actually make one kill, you should try to do like 5 more, because it's the time to do it. Yeah.
Interrupt.
No, maybe I'll go try and see a movie or go shopping or keep my car there overnight or something. There we go. That was Dungeon 6. We're going again. Love to see it. I need 2 more, and then she's going to be ready to do her first Mokushan Waltz. Shout out to Borgladite. Any movie in particular? Just see what fancy strikes you. I have some half-baked notion about seeing Furiosa if it's still in theaters. And I also have a half-baked notion about seeing Inside Out 2, which I think is definitely still in theaters. I just have this, like, I like animated family movies sometimes, but the fear of seeing them in theaters is that it's absolutely reasonable to expect that there might be families and children that may or may not be super quiet. It would be unreasonable for me to expect a super calm, mature adult viewing experience for Inside Out too. So I don't expect that, but it does mean that I'm like, well, I could just watch it at home, like in ages when it's like rentable or whatever. Had to go to a late show. Yeah, I suppose that's probably the case. Watch it at night. Not a bad idea. Inside Out 2 was great. Fall Guy, sneaky, great.
Lads, watch your feet.
Decided to buff up the remix druid to be actually powerful. Gotta figure it's my deal. Bronze farming. Nice.
Lads.
Yeah, school's. I'm pretty sure school's out. Hey, it's Windweaver. Should make sure I socket that in just so I can go a little faster and keep up. And also, you know, not die to fall damage. Ooh, I could get a meta gem too. Do I have anything cool? My funeral pyre. Yeah. Doesn't really matter. Falling from irresponsible heights is the best part.
Watch your step.
Haven't gone back to in-person movie theater since before COVID. All about that stream-at-home lifestyle.
Watch your step.
I, bizarrely enough, didn't really do theaters before COVID at all. And then I didn't do them during COVID, but during the first couple of years. But I went to a movie in like 2020, like late 2021. And the theater, I went to see, oh, I looted the whole thing. Oopsies. My bad. And the theater was like empty. It was just me and the person I went with. And it was awesome. It was so cool. It was like a private theater rental, except that you didn't have to privately rent the theater. It was awesome. And ever since then, I've been more open to going, especially if I can pick like a movie late in its run, or an unpopular movie, or a movie at like a weird time and have almost nobody in the theater. I still haven't had another completely empty theater, but I've gotten pretty close. And that's my favorite. I don't this is gonna sound really spoiled to me, but if I'm gonna watch a movie, I like the theater, but I don't really want to sit like sandwiched between strangers. I want like a 1 to 2 seat buffer area, and if you see an unpopular enough film, you can manage that. Friend just did his TV room. His house is the movie theater now. Nice. Okay, so this is 24. I feel bad that I accidentally looted that one, but I think it's fine. Some dungeons have more bonus XP tokens than others, so you're kind of hoping for an average. And if you're worried about it, you can always do a couple of extra quests. Okay. Not selfish to want to sit next to strangers at the movies. Sit in the middle if I could, if I was with a group of people. And it's just the movies for me. Like, if I'm on an airplane, I don't mind sitting next to a stranger at all. It's like a little awkward if they're in the aisle seat and you have to get by them every time you want to get up. I would just not get up. I would just stay seated for the entire flight, whether I needed to get up or not. But like, yeah, actually like sitting next to somebody in a flight, I feel like I don't mind so much because it's kind of expected. You can't really avoid it if you're flying anywhere on your own. There we go. So I am in queue. I just need the one more dungeon. And then, do I have a good cogwheel gem? I have Blink, Stampeding Roar. I'll socket Blink, but what I really want is Double Trailblazer again because it's awesome. As long as they don't try to do weird small talk, I'm good. I don't super mind chatting a little bit, but at a certain point, I just want to put my headphones on and, watch my movie or play my game or edit my video or whatever it is I'm doing on the plane. Read a book. But I don't mind chatting a little bit. I guess it depends. You don't want to start a small talk chat and then have it get really uncomfortable and then be like, I'm seated next to this person for the next X amount of hours and I cannot leave. Airplanes now. Airplanes, not in the movies. Chat until the door is closed. Then it's headphones on and don't bother me. Get the airplane seat, dissociate for 3 hours. It's been a couple years since I've taken a flight. Here. Jack Daniels, yeah, I figured. I was reading some reviews for some clothing. I was looking at activewear, and people were talking. This one blogger was like, "Oh man, this thing is great because I'll wear it and I'll work out, and it's really good for like your spin class, and then we'll go to Orange Theory and we'll do our high intensity interval training, and then we'll do the cool down walk for the dog, and we'll hit up the smoothie bar, and then you know it's also great for the." And I'm thinking, did you do all this in one day? You just described a year's worth of activities. People really live like that, but like workout, cool down walk with dog, smoothie bar, then brunch with the girls. Oh, they were on a mission. I'm kind of jealous. Like, it sounds like a movie to be doing that many things. I think that if I did it, I would like be extremely tired, shed 17 tears, and then want to go to bed. But like the fantasy of being like with like your, I don't know, your dog and your whatever you eat at brunch. Wish I had that kind of executive functioning skills. I mean, it honestly all sounds kind of expensive. Like, a lot of those things in that fictional day are things that are paid services, like, you know, gyms and classes, and then, you know, smoothies and restaurants and stuff like that. Like, those aren't free. Do you think that there's an influx of fully geared people running Mythic Siege now? Will there be even more in the last couple weeks when people start to get stressed? I think probably more now than later, but it's hard to say. There's certainly going to be more people that are fully geared now than there were. They're not as rare as they used to be. Avocado toast. You could do it. All that's holding you back is the activewear she was wearing. That's also how marketing works, right? Yeah. That and my desire to sweat in front of strangers. If I want to go work out, I want to be in motion in a way that nobody has to look at my red, drippy face for longer than it takes me to motor past them. I don't want to be sweating stationary. What a monk paying for your runs? That's very sweet. I just need one more dungeon and then I'm going to pivot to the raid. Just go running in the rain. Oh, there's my dungeon. Question is if I really want to go in there again for 3 shields and a bow. People come up with the silliest remix names. I think because the characters feel more disposable, because they're so fast to level, you end up with more people that are just named I don't know. What am I trying to say? Very casual things. Is my pet coming? They're on their way. But yeah, I'll do this dungeon and then Mogashen Vaults, and then it's time for the second pack of 6 random dungeons. The beautiful part is if you can get into one of those groups with if you can just random into a group where someone's doing it. Kept at a gilly last night by taking him along with some heroic raids. Worried about his item level? Friend? You have nothing to worry about. Yeah, I think healers are kind of ornamental in a lot of good remix groups. On my palette, if you want to raid carry again? Oh, thank you. I think Floby should be around. I think I should be able to pull him in for those. Good morning, Hazel. How goes Panda? Good morning. I'm pretty nearly done. I know I've been saying that for ages, but I'm almost finished with what I'm going to do in Remix, which is a little sad because I like getting up and playing Remix every day, but I'm, you know, if I'm out of stuff to collect and I'm out of characters that I want to level, then I guess I'm out. I'm not going to just level more characters and delete them for no reason. Right? Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. That's crazy. Listen, Boppin is a great name for a goblin. Still doing alts for OG race heritage. I have a slightly hard time believing that I never got Goblin heritage armor, but it was on my list, so I must not have had it. I don't even know where it would be in the list. Can you search? No. I don't even know if it makes that list. Oh, I got sprint. That's good. And then we leave the bonus XP there. That's from the boss. Hidden until you unlock it. Yeah, I guess I just never... I guess I haven't had a max level goblin in a while. I have had them before, but just not since... It's been a while. Not since they've added heritage armor. Because goblin heritage armor is like relatively recent, right? I wouldn't say crazy recent, but you know, it's... They didn't have it when they first came out with goblins. At least it's a hunter. Bitful pair obsessed myself and a BFA. Yeah, I think I must have been down my goblins before then. Okay, so that's dungeon number 8, which makes me ready to go do Muggish and Waltz. Here, let me pull open Discord. Raise the bat signal. Any upgrades I need to put on? I want to go check to see if I've left anything good in my mail, but I'm terrified to accidentally put on I don't want to accidentally open everything. I know that at some point in doing this strategy, I guess I'm almost safe, but I'm really afraid that I'm gonna just reflexively open all of my mailbox and be like, oh hey, there's stuff in here, boop, and then it'll be too soon and I'll be ruined. 36, 52. Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna get better stuff in the next one anyways. I just have a hard time scrapping upgrades. It's hard to want to scrap upgrades, you know? You have opened me too soon. Remix Hunter really does make it so tempting to main Hunter. But it's like a flashy, glam version of Hunter. They don't really go this fast in everyday life. It's not true. Have you done the Troll Heritage questline yet? Yes, I have. This is an add-on called Easy Scrap. I heard that they fixed it so that you could get that sword even if you didn't use the right class. Because I did it on a hunter. Yo! Right. I'm going to list the group before I start flying. Start a group. We don't need any particular group comp. We don't even need 10 people. But if there's anybody that is leveling at this particular moment that's looking for their MSV, I can pull them in. Quick run. Tribute welcome. No. It's me just offering Flabby's services as a charity. Alright, so we're up to 7. It always does this to me. Where it delists it mid thing. Alright, 8. And then we're looking for 9 and 10, and we're looking for people that need the carry here. Level 70, level 40. Perfect. Just for the last 2. Awesome. Okay. I will jump inside and start working on summons. These runs go very quickly with a fully geared Demon Hunter. It's pretty fun. I feel like I don't know, like a circus ringmaster. Like I get to announce and welcome everybody into the tent, and then I don't have to actually do any tricks. I don't have to, you know, work with the bear or walk the tightrope or light anybody on fire or be lit on fire. I don't know. I haven't been to a circus. I don't know what they do. Hopefully nobody gets lit on fire. Okay, looking good. Have you really never been to a circus? I guess it depends on how technical we want to be. I have been to, I guess I have, because I've been to a Cirque du Soleil show. So it's not a traditional circus with animals, but, you know, they had acrobats. I went in Orlando, I'm pretty sure, at least once. Don't mind me just hitting the bosses to look like I'm helping. Okay, make sure I leave the XP token on the ground and get our XP threads sorted. If I level these 2 alts I made today, I have more remix characters than normal characters in my regular server. Oh, there's a math item not ready to do. Have you read The Night Circus? It's a good fantasy novel. I haven't. I haven't even heard of it. I've been to a fair where they have a big field and they set up rides and they sell cotton candy. And that's fun. You get real sticky and sweaty and have a nice day. Not in a long time though. I haven't gone as an adult. I think the last time I went to anything related, like even close to a fair, was I did a Renaissance fair when I was like 20. Which is weird to believe that that's like 11 years ago now. Eat bad food on his stick. County fairs in San Diego only go to eat a lot of bad fried food there. Honestly, I'm not sure if I've seen either of the Dumbo movies. I think I was afraid that something bad was going to happen to the elephant. Does Victoria have any kind of annual huge festival? There's music festivals here. They do Rifflandia in the late summer, early fall. And there's like some smaller music festivals and shows that happen. I've never been to any of them because the crowds kind of freak me out, but if you walk around in the city when they're going on, you can hear them because they're super loud. You don't even need to get terribly close to be able to tell who's playing. Friend that does the whole outfit for run fairs. Big nerds. I'm going the wrong way. I'm going the wrong way. Liberty Bell, thank you for the 29-month resub. Good morning, Hazel, Chat, Kira, and Moose. Who, besides BNL, would you go to a concert for? I would go see... I mean, it's easy for me to say. I've never in my life purchased a concert ticket or arranged to attend an event like that. So maybe it's just too big and scary for me. I don't know. But I would consider it for the Glass Animals. I love them very much. I bet they would do a wonderful show. And even if it was a terrible show, I would want them to have my money anyways for all of the entertainment they've given me over the years of putting that album on in the car. Or all of the albums on in the car, really. Car rides, dog walks. No, I wouldn't go to a Taylor show or a K-pop show. It would just be too big and busy for me. Do you scrap your gems? Sometimes, yeah. They're not... I guess I don't need the bronze either. I'm kind of in an awkward tail end of Remix. I feel like I'm at school, still earning credits that I don't need anymore because I'm already going to graduate. I had a really weird, vivid dream that I was going back to school for like the 3rd time. And that I was only taking one course just to make sure I could keep up with it. And I was panicking because I didn't understand how to do anything. I didn't understand where my class was, when my class was, what they needed me to do, how to find the work, how to understand how to do the work. I was like completely lost, so I had like an in-dream meltdown. And the professor kind of sort of sorted me out, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to live in this library, I'm going to eat my peanut butter sandwich. And then I ran into a friend that I had known in high school, who for some reason in my dream was still in school, even though like nowadays I'm sure they're like, you know, with a job and maybe married and with kids, you know, you never know. I don't know because I don't keep up with anybody. But like in the dream, I was talking to this friend and I was like trying to get them to remember me, but they like didn't recognize me for ages because I look so different now. And then when they finally did recognize me, they wanted me to get them and their wife into my WoW guild. But they were willing to tell me where my lecture was. Arahoki, thank you for the 40-month resub. This is a dream. I was a bit lost for a second. Oh, yeah. Weird dream. Not a real thing that happened. I have cleared the bronze vendors. I have absolutely everything on them. Posted an article saying the pet you get from the Epic Edition gives you a quest to go find 3 more pets. They are recolors of the pet. Okay. No one ever asks me for a quest. I think in the dream it was like a Psych 101 course because I figured that would be like easy and generic and popular, and the idea was just to prove that I could handle being back at school. Which I don't think is true. I don't think I could handle being back at school. Thought you'd be more excited for battle pets. I mean, it sounds like it's like a paywalled battle pet. And mind you, I've purchased the Epic Edition, but it's annoying for people that haven't, that they said it was going to be 1, and then if you need that quest, it's 3. Maybe there will be a thing where Epic Edition holders can magnanimously bestow their quest upon other people, who's to say. But then it's 3 recolor pets of a paid pet. And I have 1,723 pets. I don't know if I have it in me to be excited for more unless they're, especially when they're recolors. If they're going to make a pet and it's going to be like, I don't know, an exact copy of my dog and they name it Moose, then I'm going to be excited. Leveling ults to have your army. Heritage armor. I don't have Goblin Heritage armor, so this is the last character on my Heritage armor list. I think it was a hypothetical new wiki. I don't think there's actually a new wiki. Yeah, Elden Ring DLC is out. People have been streaming it. This has gone so quick. I guess I'm at 1 hour and 20 minutes on Boppin. Although she is halfway through her dungeon load. What if it was a blind kitty that casted darkness?
Killads.
Haven't bought that expensive rainbow pet for Shadowlands. The Amethyst Flawless Bobblewort? I feel like it reached a point where it was actually more reasonable to get it with gold than it was to get it with charms, because it was a lot of charms. But people that had been doing like mission tables with alts and stuff were cranking out the charms, and so the pet's price fell from like 1,000,000 gold to like a couple 100k to like 100k in some realms. I wonder what the price is like on it now. Let me check. Underwrite exchange. Thank you very much. Oh my threadies. It was called the Flawless Amethyst Bubbleworm. Let me see. Oh man. So it is available. Average price 190k, but none available. Hang on. So we look at all the realms, right? And we filter by price. So on Area 52, there are 5 of them, and they're 237k. Those are the most affordable ones. That's probably easier to get than the pet charms for a lot of people. Not everybody, but a lot of people. Okay. Let's make sure we get back in the dungeon queue, and then I'm going to try and sort out my bags just a wee bit here. Oh, sure. I'm going to do six in a row. And I'm going to make sure that I am marking them off on my cute little checklist. Yeah, Shadowlands tables do still give charms. I ran a pet charm mission last night. I don't have my mission table out and up and running anymore, so I've been doing them manually, but they do, you know, it's like one mission. It's not that big of a deal. Ran out of anima a long time ago. I do missions for anima too. That's the trick is you can get anima from the mission table also. So if you run enough of them, it can be kind of self-sustaining. It is a bit annoying though. 49, 34, 28. Okay, those are 57. Those are fine. At 54, that's fine. Making sure I've got my best bits on here so that I can scrap everything else. The other thing is it's not such a big deal to upgrade your gear on an alt that you're leveling now, because, at least for me, because I don't need the bronze for anything else anyway. So if I wanted to like take those Mogu Lord gloves and I wanted to use the blue ones, I can really just dunk the whatchamacallums? The bronze to upgrade them, because I have like 22k bronze. I don't need it for anything. That's probably what I should do, is I should probably just do this. Let's put on, alright, so yeah, let's put on blues in every slot that we have available. And then blues in every slot we have a blue for. I'm going to make sure I have some amount of gems, just in case I need them. You can also spend your bronze. I was doing this in Mongo a bit. I was spending bronze to buy Tinker Gems just to have more of them handy. But I need to do something, be a certain level to get the charm missions. I think the good charm missions require leveling your followers up to a certain level. I don't know exactly how high, but you'll get better missions with higher level followers. I'm using the same character that I used as a main in Shadowlands, so that I can, so that it's pretty straightforward for me to keep going. I'm using Narcissus to shuffle my gems around, and then using the Alt key to check out gear options is just default UI. It's pretty straightforward stuff. But yeah, I just need to scrap the rest of that. Slam upgrades whenever I get a chance, and I should be all set to go. How the gosh darn heck are you? Sup, Jans? I'm doing alright. How you doing? I'm doing okay. I am navigating my life. I'm not drowning in it, which is good. Where are we at? I'm almost finished with Remix, which is exciting because that means I'm almost finished with Remix. But it's kind of scary because then I'm going to have to find something else to do, and I feel like I'm going to be doing a lot of little things. It was kind of comfy to just do the same thing every day for a while. But I know I'm going to want to check out the Fire Festival that just started for North America. We can take a look at it today if I get time. And beta, of course. Getting ready for my afternoon nap over my work lunch break. You will be my white noise today. I shall try to be calming and say soothing things like there's a fish in the ocean that is going to eat his favorite fish today. He's having a good day. Not the smaller fish. He's not having a good day. Maybe they have a cheese sandwich for you. Finally need to do the torch achievement. It's the only one missing for the meta. Mop Remix is modern dragonflight spells and talents. Calming things like you left the fridge open. The tap is still running. Are you sure you locked your front door? No. The small fish is getting eaten and it's a nightmare. I actually don't stress too much about leaving stoves on because I can hear the heating element. Like in the past when I've left like an electric stove or like an instant pot or a rice cooker or anything with a heating element, you can hear it turning on and off, and that sound has been like trained into me as, oh, you forgot to turn this thing off. And it's kind of trained me into, like, I haven't forgotten in a long time. It has happened before, but I need Stackos. Brain tells me it's going to explode. No, my goblin looks so silly. I almost called her a gnome in all this Pandaria armor. Helmets are really an acquired taste, I think. I want to get outside this summer, but every time I do it, I feel like I have to dry myself in sunscreen first because it's like so much. Big UV index. Best bet, who is taller, gnomes or goblins? Goblins, if we're not counting hair height, is my initial instinct. But they would be very close. What about ear height? True. Ear height's pretty variable, though. You can give the goblins, you know, dainty little dinky ears. I don't know why you would, but you could. I don't think I've been keeping very good track of my dungeons. I don't remember. I think this is still the first one. I think. I'm not 100% sure. I guess I can just kind of eyeball it when I get to 35. I'll consider that I've done roughly 6. Wish I can go out in summer, but I burn like a crisp if I'm in direct sunlight. I've been doing well in the last couple of years by wearing clothes as opposed to relying super highly on sunscreen. Like I'll use sunscreen for like little pieces that can't be protected easily with clothes, like the back of my hands and like kind of like the back of my neck where my hat shade doesn't reach and stuff like that. But I'll wear like a long sleeve sun shirt and then like long breathable pants and stuff like that to like really hide from the sun. And even if I'm a little extra hot walking around outside, I tell myself I'm in my own personal portable shade. And then of course, you know, big old sun hat. Any plans for using the new half-elf customization? Coltern with elf ears kinda cursed. They do freak me out a little bit. I don't have any specific plans. I don't feel like I'm gonna do that to my poor boy Barnacles. I don't think that's going to be the thing. Hang on. I want to loot. I guess I can just get it out of the mail. I'm just going to turn this in real quick. Because we can just straight up leave. Walk around with multiple mosquito nets around you like shower rod Adel for it. In the sun, sunscreened up for several hours yesterday. Kind of ruined me and it's not even super hot here. It makes you so tired. I don't remember getting tired from being in the sun when I was a kid. Maybe I just had some kind of youthful vitality or something that's bled out of me over the years. But like nowadays, even if like full sun protection and like hydration and shade and breaks and everything like that, I'll still get like exhausted just from having been outside in the sun. Okay. I don't know why I'm worrying about my gear. It's not going to matter. That's Italy lost, nothing lost, of course. Marathon, not a sprint. Want to take a nap all the time. Remix helper mail XP calculation slightly off. Started going 100k over, hasn't missed yet. What does sending the XP token to mail do? It allows you to save it for later when you've stacked up a really big experience bonus on your cloak by doing the 3 raids, which you can't do until, if you want to do them all in one day, you cannot do that until you get to level 40, which is when you're allowed to run Terrace of Endless Spring. So you're just kind of leaving all the XP tokens on the ground, going along, boosting up your cloak XP bonus, and then you get to 40 and you loot it all and you get fully leveled up if you've done the right order of stuff. Did the water gun live up to expectations? I have it frozen right now, not enough tendies. I should mog it on this hunter, actually. I should, I bought the water gun weapon mog, and I should make an effort to put it on. Saves you the bad 60 to 70. Precisely, yeah. If you do it correctly, you get from 42-ish to 70 in basically like a minute. Anything else I want to do while I'm waiting around? No, all good. Titles, that's what Boppin needs. She could be Blossom Bringer Boppin. She could be Brewmaster Boppin. She could be Boppin the Beloved. It vaguely sounds like Boppin is a verb in this case. So if you were Boppin the Love Fool, it kind of sounds like you're committing violence against a hopeless romantic. Crash and thrash and Boppin. Could you list all of Italy's neighbors, including microstates and excluding isles? I can't. But I had a wonderful time. I was recently watching... Oh, I looted it all! I didn't mean to! Oopsies! I keep doing that. I'm gonna have to be extra careful to make sure I have enough XP saved up to not toast myself here. It's not a precise science. This dungeon only has 3 bosses. But I was watching like an old episode of Perfect Match, and they were doing like a challenge where a bunch of reality TV show contestants are like trying to say how many countries they could label on a map. And it was enjoyable because they were very self-aware about most of them not being very geographically inclined. This one fellow, bless his heart, kept trying to label Alaska as a country. And it just made me really happy. You know, because they're still doing great. They're doing just fine. They're living their lives. You have the Insane? Best Shadow Priest title. Gonna farm it any year now. The best way to farm the Insane is over a very long period of time in teeny tiny little chunks, because doing it in one big marathon will actually make you insane. I took a couple of years to do it. But it is not as bad as it once was, once upon a time. There's a... To do the black... The pirate rep, you can use an instant state from a Cataclysm quest. It's at the end of the Southern Stranglethorn questline, and Booty Bay comes under attack. And in that instanced version, while you're doing the quest, as long as you don't turn the quest in, Booty Bay remains under attack, these pirates keep spawning, and you get rep for killing them. And it's quite easy to farm out the rep that you're looking for within that moment. So that part's fine. The annoying thing is doing your Goblin rep. And of course you could do your Goblin rep first if you wanted to, but then you'll be hated with the Goblins forevermore. I always like to do the Goblin rep second. I say always like, I chose to do this exactly one time, but I preferred to do the Goblin rep second so that I could repair the damage I did when I did the pirate thing, so that that character could like go into Booty Bay for the rest of their lives. I don't remember which character did it. It might have been Inksy back when she was named Hazel. Insane in the Membrane. Does it say which character completed it? It was earned by Inksy. I did do that on my name. I don't know if you can party sync with it. I would assume you can, but I haven't tried it. I did it personally at the time.
Keep moving.
Good, good. Puts her to level 30. Oh, I haven't been keeping track. I might do a, like a bonus dungeon at some point just to make sure, just to double check. I can also check my, my mailbox numbers before I hit go to make sure that the add-on is approving me to loot everything at the end of this. Didn't want to be hated by anyone, so I got the pirate rep to Exalted and then killed pirates in Tanara so it wouldn't decrease the blood cell rep to Goblin Exalted. Oh, man. I feel like I also farmed in Tanaris because I remember the cities. Yeah, I have auto loot off. I'm just messing up sometimes. Sometimes I'm accidentally hitting the manual key. Ooh, Beast of Wrath. Have you seen the new pets from the Epic Edition? I haven't seen them. I heard about them. I'm not terribly impressed right now. I don't know what I could hear about them that would make me impressed. Yeah, any rep farm you want to do for the insane title, you would want to do with the Darkling Fair buff. There is kind of a... It used to also be best to do it on a human. Because obvious reasons, diplomacy, but quite shortly that's going away and you won't be able to do that anymore. Which I guess is going to make it technically 10% harder unless you were not doing it on a human anyway.
Kill ads. Watch your feet. Watch your feet.
Don't have enough space to collect all the pets and all the breed variations. I'm pretty sure that they removed the cap on pets. I think you can
Watch
have...
your feet.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're still capped on 3 of the same pet, so if there's more breed variations than 3 on a given pet, then you're right, you'd have to choose your favorite 3. That's true. I think removing the 10% rep buff was a mistake. Can't wait for warbands. It's going to make crafting so much easier next pack. I am so ready to bite off way more than I can chew with like alt crafting in the War Within, and then to get horribly burned out and then to be like, I can't keep up with it anymore, and then to do just like the same alchemy grind that I do every expansion. But I'm so tempted to try.
Kill ads. Break line of sight.
209% is our current XP bonus. Leave that one on there. Are you a fan of the new crafting system with Dragonflight? I am. I don't think it's perfect. I don't really mess with the section of it that has work orders. But the basics of crafting gear, the crafting stats, the crafting quality levels, I have found that to be fun and engaging and to help me make a lot of gold. I did really well with alchemy. I did not mess with anything that really required work orders, though. I did not want crafting and professions to be a social thing. And I heard a lot of stories from people that did very well off of like social crafting orders, but had to spend a lot of time doing like basically customer service jobs. And like explaining to people how things worked. And that sounded like a lot of social lift that I had no desire to do. So I focused my professions on things that I could actually just sell directly on the auction house the old-fashioned way. People who got the lariat pattern early made major bank. Big fan of new crafting. I've maxed every craft except for engineering.
Watch wave.
Yeah, I hope they find their groove with it. I don't like the process of gear crafting from a customer point of view, just because I don't have that much brain power when I'm just trying to get ready for raid, and it just makes it so much more complicated. And I'm lazy. Oh, you know what? I could loot one of these guys. I could do it that way. My JC tune treats the lariat pattern the way Hazel treated her evoker, like a rage quit done. Don't like chatting with crafters, and I don't want to chat with buyers. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of where I landed. I thought gathering was actually really fun early with, I really enjoyed like getting talent points and knowledge and like improving my gathering on a dedicated gatherer. I did not end up gathering my mats late in the expansion. I just bought them all because I needed them like 20,000 at a time for alchemy. But early X-Pack, I was all like, oh man, I got a finesse proc. I'm rich. And I wasn't, but I felt rich, which was the key thing. Yeah, we can do this side. Always leveled crafters to avoid talking to other people, but still have access to crafted things. With Rye the Barkeep, we're indeed rich. Level 31 right now. Getting there. It doesn't feel like I'm very close to 70, but we're over halfway through our process. Not numerically.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
First time since vanilla I've not capped blacksmithing. Yeah, it sounded like getting armor profession skills up to date. The one workaround was the Darkmoon Fair. If you weren't in a hurry to do it,
AOE incoming.
you could technically just do the Darkmoon Fair quest
AOE
once a month whenever it came around and get a couple of points up that way. And I found for some professions you could get around the recipe wall if you did the reputations. Like you might get a recipe from the Dragon Skill Expedition or something that you could then spam craft to like get past that hump. But I don't know if it was that way for all professions. It was just like that for the ones that I tried. Okay. Turn this in super quick just for a little extra safety XP. Hazel, how are you? Hello, Angry Internet Cat. I'm doing well. How are you? I still haven't tried the Herbalism Garden. I need to spend some more time on beta. I just need to bite the bullet and dig into it without any knowledge of exactly where I'm going. I like knowing precisely what I'm setting out to test, and it's hard sometimes when you like are like, okay, well, I'm gonna need to put a bunch of time into that, and then you do it, and then it's like not in yet, and you're like, ugh. Total number of time runners at 70. That's a great question. I don't know. More than 5. I think it might have been 6, maybe 7. Because it was Squidgy, Shellfish, Primrosy, Mongo, Boppin, my Paladin. That's 6. I think 6. Oh, 7, my warrior. That's right. I had a Worgen warrior too. 7. You saw the Hello Kitty? You mean Hello Kitty Island Adventure? I didn't see it, actually. I just heard that they were announcing a new one of it. I mainly know the name because it's something that like comes up at GDQ every once in a while, and I'm always like, that sounds cute, and then I never read any more into it at all. Yeah. My first impression of the Herbalism Garden sounded a little dull. It sounded kind of like instead of finding the dirt piles in the world to plant your seeds, that there was just going to be a given place that you could go to spawn them. And it didn't sound super more involved than that, but that was an early version of it that I was looking at, and I didn't actually get to test it, so maybe it's gotten more in depth. I will say, though, that I haven't really properly enjoyed like a farm garden in WoW since Half Hill. I would say that the Garrison herb garden was okay, but it was mainly just grindy. The Night Fae garden did not do it for me. It was the vibes were there, and the gameplay was not for me. All of the seed planting we did in the Emerald Dream didn't terribly tickle my fancy. So I guess I'm a little bit pessimistic. Combo between the Garrison Garden and Half Hill. I don't know. I think Half Hill was better. Half Hill was cool because you could choose what you wanted to plant, and that there were options for different profession materials aside from like just herbs. I don't even know if you could plant direct herbs. You might have been able to plant like mixed herbs or something. The dog is in the War Within. I don't know the exact context, but I do know you can get the dog back. Give me a player house with Pandaren style farm and a pet battler. Like what? Half Hill was one of the funnest things they've ever put in the game. I do remember at the time having it feel kind of grindy. I remember I was doing it on a bunch of characters, and I would spend like 45 to an hour every morning pulling my weeds and watering my crops and stuff like that. And I wonder if maybe I have slightly rose-tinted glasses about the situation. Planting plants that yielded ore. I like the idea of planting the cacti that caught the cloth out of the wind. Those were kind of fun. But yeah, I'm curious to see if WoW eventually ever at any point unveils some kind of like a grand, super cosmetic focused customizable player housing, because I think they could do something really cool in that space. I'm sure they want to. I just, I don't know if they will. And if they do, I don't know when. But until then, I can just, you know, decorate in Stardew Valley and play Animal Crossing. Maybe only did it on one. Maybe that's why. Yeah, that was probably the smarter move. I think that was the only time I ever actually took a break from WoW, is when I burned out during the Half-Hill farming patch in MOP, and I took like a month or two off from WoW, and I played a lot of... Honestly, I think I played a lot of Dark Souls 2 at the time. Multiple locations in various states of grandioseness. Way to not have players be instanced in their own housing. It's tricky because there's going to be people that want that, and there's going to be people that don't want that. And no matter what you do, you're going to upset somebody. Implement Animal Crossing housing into WoW. I just want a big dollhouse to play with. Bonus points if I can use all of my cosmetic collecting energy for knickknacks to dress up my digital dollhouse with. Like how New World did player houses in town, you could display things in your yard. Yeah, I think it would keep people busy for a long time. I know. I want a carpentry profession that just makes cosmetic furniture. And I want tailors to be able to do rugs and tapestries. Leather workers could make taxidermy. You know? Oh. Great, so I'll be the weird girl stuffing dead things. Imagine if leather workers had to craft Death Knight pets. I mean, I don't think it was leather workers, but we did some good A-bomb stitching in Shadowlands. Only 10:30. I think I'm actually gonna get this level today with time left over to check out Fire Festival. 14 separate level 3 garrisons was enough for me to take a year break from WoW. Oh man, I can't imagine how long that took every day. I think I was doing somewhere in the range of like 10-ish. I don't remember exactly, it's been a long time. But doing, you know, like the herb gardens and the missions and everything every day definitely took a lot of time. I had my morning routine. It was just too lucrative to not do it. You made too much gold from even just doing missions to not keep doing missions. Especially because in the Garrison version of it, you didn't even need to farm any extra kind of currency to power your missions. You were just able to pick up your free Garrison supplies that would spawn in your Garrison. So they could basically do them forever. In the Dog Days of What, I did 22-11 for each faction. Holy smokes. Good gold, though. I'm, to this day, glad that I did all of that grinding in WoD, because that's why I have so many TCG mounts. That's where I got my woolly rhino and my spectral tiger and all of the other TCG mounts that I have is just because I bought them on the auction house during WoD with Garrison gold. Worked out. Yeah, I feel like you could have taken a year off at the tail end of WoD and then come back and missed nothing. Nowadays people come back after a year and they're like, wait, what happened? What's going on now? What is all this stuff? And like, at WoD you could leave for a year and come back and it would be exactly the same as you left it. No, I spent all my Garrison gold by the end of Warlords. I did a bunch of stuff in BFA for gold. I did auction house flipping. I did herbalism grinding. I was doing some sniping, some transmog farming and selling. I did a bunch of stuff in BFA for my gold. Felt that way going into Dragonflight from Shadowlands, played right up until the launch. So much changed. Yeah, it does feel like the game moves a bit faster and it's harder to catch people up now. Like somebody will come back and they'll be like, hey, I stopped playing at the beginning of Dragonflight. What did I miss? And it's like, I don't... I mean, a lot, but how much you want to engage with is kind of up to you, which is a really unsatisfying answer. You missed a ton of stuff that you could not worry about unless you're a collector, in which case you've got a lot more stuff to worry about. My pet in there somewhere? Maybe. No, my pet's somewhere behind me. Feels like nothing ever sells. A lot of work posting it over and over. I kind of tapped out of Transmog selling for that reason. My friend Flabby makes very good gold doing it, but I know he'll spend like hours posting and reposting his Transmog auctions because you have to have such quantity up in order to actually regularly make sales. And it just doesn't look like fun to me.
Dispel boss. Interrupt.
I didn't know that anybody had a golden bathroom. It sounds upsetting. Okay, you're level 35. Look into it, the tiles on the wall are gold. Oh man, I think I'm okay. So I don't know if I've done 6. But I think I'm probably good for the... I did make it to 35. So I do have some threads. I think I'm okay for now. And then one more thread. Takes a while sometimes for this to fish things out, but it does get there. And then also items. Click that button a few times. So I'm going to take a short break. And then when I come back, I'm going to look to do Heart of Fear. And then we should be pretty close to being able to get a Boppin here to 70. Not too far off, but I will be right back. Catherine, thanks for the 19-month resub. Okay, all right, I'm gonna head in a generally Heart of Fear-ish direction. I'm gonna make sure I pulled the rest of my items out of the mail if possible. Yeah, that's alright. XP thread. Treasure cache. And then get Floopy back in and we'll pull up the group and I'll see if I can find 8 other people that need a normal Heart of Fear run for leveling. So I have a video that lays out the strat in extreme detail so that you can be sure that you've got all of the bits correctly. You start right away at level 10, so you need to do a total of 16 heroic dungeons. You do 8 to get to 25. You do Mogashan Vaults. You do 6 more to get to 35. You do Heart of Fear. You do 2 more to get to 40. And then you do Terrace of Endless Spring. And between all the bonus experience tokens from all of those dungeon bosses and the raid bosses, at that point, with all of the XP threads, you should have enough. But it's important that you double check and that you do enough dungeons and whatnot, because if you don't have enough experience banked and you loot them, you're gonna end up stuck at level like 68 with terrible gear, and it's really hard to finish at that point because it's kind of a slow last couple levels and you do no damage whatsoever. But yeah, I've got a guide video that lays it out precisely. Goes pretty fast though. Usually I can get a character from fresh to 70 in between 2 and 3 hours. Let me list up a group if anybody is coming for a leveling carry. 5 bubbles into 69. All right. So that is level 36. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to prioritize the lower level people. 5. And then 6, 7, 8. Because we already have a carry, so if anybody else is looking to carry one, they could start a separate group. And then carry like another 9 people. And level 35, perfect. Alright! Did you know the Remix Mail helper out and embedded your video on their CurseForge page? They did. It was very sweet of them. I was giga flattered. Hello, welcome. Hitting 80 finally, get to start Cataclysm with friends. Very excited. Nice. Oh, my bags are a mess. My bags are a terrible mess. Oh, I was gonna transmog my bow. I guess I could do it after this. It's not that important. I was gonna put my squirt gun. I was gonna have my squirt gun for Boppin's weapon transmog. Paid 60 for an 80 hunter only to turn around and roll a brand new DK. Alright, once we get everybody here, we will be off and away. Ethereal transmorpher. But I want to wear my squirt gun. I think it'll be really cute on a on Boppin. She would actually be so fun in the summer transmog. I went back and bought those board shorts. I should put her into the outfit. If you wrecked your character by missing the 70 mail opening, can you get carried for the rest? Yeah. Yeah, you could lurk in LFRs for it. You could do random dungeons. Random heroic dungeons will still, because you still have a really good experience bonus. So I would just queue random heroic dungeons, and chances, like, you won't do much damage in those dungeons, but chances are that somebody in the rest of the group will do enough to at least get through them at a reasonable pace. And they might even get blasted right through them, and it won't take too many to finish you up at that point. Okay. Every character looks good in the summer outfit. Everybody needs the Murloc pool floaty. I want to have a goblin pool party. Goblins are famous for their pool floaties. Looking good, looking good. The pool pony is always the most important ingredient. Had a random mob drop 5 tufts of yak fur. Yeah, they seem to drop in big stacks now, which is nice, seeing as there's no more charges on them. So it kind of works out. 5 is crazy, though. Thank you for all your great videos on YouTube. Aw, thank you for watching them. You guys make me feel so special. I'm so lucky that I get to do this. Why did they have that many yaks? Listen, the yaks are planning something. They're pooling their forces ahead of the oncoming yak day, the yak attack, the yak strike back. Sitting on 327 yak fur, still not using them. Oh man, I like them a lot for when I was doing world bosses every day. I was using them to get around the Isle of Thunder and to get around the Timeless Isle. Meteor chips are faster, but the axe are a tiny bit easier to steal. Steer? And probably steal. Can I Mog it and all the things combined is how I have been checking Remix collectibles. I've been using both of those add-ons and kind of checking the vendor tooltips and then checking the item tooltips on each set to make sure that I have everything possible. Can I Mog it and all the things.
Beware.
$826 yak fur. I should make a rug. You could make a fur palace with that. Am I the only person who saw Modest Expedition yak and expected a vendor on it? Finished farming every Remix exclusive weapon Mog from all dungeons, raids, and scenarios. Holy smokes, you're a legend. Oh, you're so much more committed than me. That's such dedication. It's a lot of weapons too. It's like 400 of them. Casual 3-box for instant scenario queues, more shots per run. Oh, yeah. That checks out. That's still so much work. It feels very summery today. Even though it's still morning, it's still like, it's like already warm here, and I like aired it out last night too. It's only gonna be like 24 today, but for some reason it feels like summer. Also, evidently Master of Pancakes, just oozing dedication. I'm still impressed if I see somebody able to like one-handedly flip a pancake. Like, even two-handedly, like if they're doing like the, you know, that instantly builds some amount of respect in me for whoever it is that has done it. Because I can't. I don't have the courage or the coordination. And I never will. It is summer. That is true, actually. It is literally, officially, technically, it is summer. Right? Yes. Long day of the year. Time to break out the shorts. Do you think they'd ever add a mount that's like a goblin camper van for goblin glamping that, like, you know, can have like a little awning unfold with like a little mini bar, and it's got like a bike rack that's filled with pool floaties, and I don't know if that would be too out of universe or not, but I feel like you could make it work. I would never ride it because it would be too extra, but I would be very excited to get it. Cheers, everybody. Goblin glamping sounds like a pretty sweet guild name. Fire Festival seems like a lot of work. I think I'll do the Daily Ahoon, then back to Remix. Okay, so I should be good if I do 2 more random dungeons. Theoretically, but I might need like a little bonus something. Did I miss anything here? Item or thread wise? My cloak XP's up to 294. Looking good, looking good. Goblin RV parks are a problem. You just know that they would have like incredibly predatory lot fees. Got a purple thread there. There's an amethyst. There's wildfire. Looking good. Ah, this one. Traveling for a month, won't be able to get the Mop Remix titles, I fear. You might have time. It's up for 60 more days. Endless grinding is too addictive. They cannot do another remix. I have a problem. I used to really struggle with regulating my WoW time. And I still love playing WoW, and I play it every day, but I don't have that anymore. Like, I don't know if I think maybe just age did it to me, but I'm perfectly happy to play for like a couple hours and then to do something else. And I didn't used to be like that. I had when I was a teenager and like a young adult, I could fill as much time as possible. Really, I could fill any amount of time playing WoW. Do you think 476 characters would be able to finish Siege Mythic? I don't know. Maybe? I did it in a full party of 20 of them, though. And it still wasn't like... It was fast and easy, but it wasn't like a this boss dies instantly kind of situation. "12-hour plus days in WoD and Legion, bit and early BFA." I wonder if it's also just that my body can't sustain it anymore. Like, I used to be able to do that, and my body wouldn't complain too much, and now, if I try and sit and play games for a lot, like, if I go past, like, 6 hours, I'm feeling it. I'm in pain. I've done too much. I'm ready for a nap. But I'm sure that's different for everybody. I don't know the details about the summer event yet. I need to look at it after I finish leveling this character. I wonder if the Wowhead guide knows. Am I doing the damage? I am doing the damage. I wonder if it's just because I'm still like a low level and I have like all these stats from all the threads and from doing the normal raids and stuff. I'm doing like 12k. I'm the carry, it's me. Me and my pet's melee. Maybe I just have like a ton of mastery. I don't even have like good gem socketed in or anything. You're bopping it. Now that you've been playing Mop for like a month, could you explain this boss? Yes. Ook smash. Get the party started for the new Ook. If you're trying to be fancy about it, you can get on the barrels and you can run them into the boss. But, I don't know. Kind of behavior is not really necessary. It's all the anima and covenants and stuff, a lot of work to get into. Skip that expansion entirely, but its cosmetics are 10 out of 10. Yes. But there are a ton of cosmetics from it. It's not that, like, it's a huge amount of work to get any given thing. It's that it's a huge amount of work if you want to get all of the things. It's a good project to work on for sure. It makes me kind of want to make sure I catch my gear upgrades up for before my last dungeon after this, just so that I can be effective in the next one. Wait until we can comfortably farm Shadowlands rates. Those drop a lot of animal while you're farming other transmog. That is the best idea I've ever heard. I have a lot of transmog from Shadowlands, but I certainly don't have all of it. And I'd been kind of thinking that if and when I eventually ever got back to farming it, that I was going to need to Zereth Mortis grind. And I didn't really want to, because I've done Zereth Mortis. But I can just farm raids for Mog. Now you're getting somewhere. That's a good idea. I like it. This is such a beautiful dungeon. I love seeing the big mill wheel out the window. I love all the lanterns. I love these impractical indoor bonsai trees that would never survive because they get no sunlight. Finally finished the Maldraxxus achievement for the meta this week. Congratulations! Also, Tiberius Mason, thank you very much for the 29-month resub. We have 3 dungeons with no cloak on. Oh no! Yeah, they don't auto-equip it, they stick it in your bags. That sounds like something I would do. Managed to get Tyven at least. Very nice. Tyven's still, I know lots of us that were farming him have got him, but in the general scheme of things, in the general player base, Tyven's still quite uncommon.
Keep moving.
Oh, you know what I haven't done yet? Is Bestial Wrath. Because I specced into it and I didn't put it on my bar. Whoops, a daisy do. There we go. Maybe now we'll do some damage. We were still doing damage anyway, but... Oops. The Fire Owl is not AOTC. AOTC, I believe, is still... I think you can still get the Shadow Flame Farak Drake customization. I think I've definitely done something. Oh no, because I only need one more. I was gonna say I've done something wrong, but I need to do at least one more dungeon. And that should get me to 40. I'm just taking any talents to make them let me spend them. Let's see if we can squeak up a couple of left behind gear pieces here. Also, am I missing any gems? I've got a cogwheel and a prismatic gem. I use Oblivion Sphere, it's kind of fun. I don't have very many Tinker slots right now. World drop transmogs aren't super awful. I think I spent around 10 hours or so. I got kind of disheartened with them because I spent like 30 minutes trying to get one and I couldn't get it, and then I thought, I don't like this pacing. If I can't get at least the first one on my like 300 long list in a half an hour, it doesn't look so good for me. Sometimes I'll check people's health totals to see if they're if they look liable to just smoke through everything. Yeah. Beautiful. Delightful. Excellent.
Killads.
Wait, core that puts thread count on unit frames. Oh yeah, I remember. It might have been you. Someone telling me that you can. That it's a good thing for priests to do because it lets you pick easily who to power infuse. Although if they have enough threads, power infusion's probably completely dead on them because they're haste capped anyway. But at a certain point, as long as it's going nice and fast, it doesn't really matter. If they queue another one after this, I might tag along for one bonus one. Just kind of for safety, because I accidentally looted a couple of tokens that I wasn't supposed to. And that might make me feel better, but if they don't, then maybe I'll risk it. Or at least, you know, double check the week or after everything. Did a dungeon with a majorly OP tank yesterday. 12 mil HP, holy smokes. Yeah, it's nice when you get a good carry group. And there's a few of them knocking around now. It's not unlikely to get into a nice fast one. It's crazy how quick like DPS random heroic queues are. I've never seen them be this fast in regular WoW at like any point ever. You're getting like 2 and 3 minute dungeon queues for like individual DPS. It's nutty. I wonder if it's just because a lot of people are, because you know nobody really needs to actually tank or heal, so a lot of people queue as tank and heal even if they don't plan to do it. And it's fine because nobody needs to. So people that, it just kind of ends up filling all the roles. Okay, so I am 41. One might say, Hazelnutty. Hi, Hazel. Hello. Because, yeah, it says 3 minute queue time for a DPS. I'm going to do... Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to ask. Boop, beep. Terrace of Endless Springtime. Even if there's a call to arms for DPS in retail, says you only have to wait 5 minutes, still have to wait 10 plus usually. I think that's the main thing. It's funny because I was going to say that's the main thing that stops me from wanting to be like an actual pure DPS class main, like a hunter main, is the idea that if I did want to just hang out and do some LFRs or random dungeons or something, I'd have to wait in that long queue. And I should ask myself, am I actually doing that? Am I? Am I really? Does it matter? I'm not really doing random well, sometimes I try to pug. I don't know. I'm a mess. Oh yeah. Inspect duel. I can't invite him from his frame. I have to invite him from here. Trying to convince myself I was a mage main before. Part of the reason I stopped is because it was a DPS only class. Okay, we're looking for sub 70s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you know where the vendors for the Fire Festival are located? I don't yet. I haven't looked into it. That's 7. 8. 9, 10. I was farming the town long steps. I was trying the mantids on the island that's in the far west of the zone. And then I also did a handful of quests too. Lucky, it only seems easier and easier to switch mains whenever. I just like the feeling of identity of being committed to a main. I like feeling like people, I don't know what they're looking for when they're looking for me in my friends. Okie dokie, we're all here. Hello, welcome, happy leveling.
Phase 2. AOE incoming. Phase 3.
Yeah, my cloak's gonna be in good shape. I'm so happy. It's my last remix alt that I need to do. Nicest things about Druid, tank, heal, or DPS. I wonder if I'm going to say that I'm done with remix weapons and I'm going to talk myself back into it towards the end of remix. I don't know. It's hard because they're, as far as we know, exclusive and limited time. They're big FOMO drivers. If you don't get them now, you may not ever be able to get those specific colors at least again. The models for sure you can get, no problem. But if you like the colors. Use your method to level. Once my tune hits 70, they're so weak. Yeah, that is a side effect. A lot of people won't, like if you don't need to play the tune, it doesn't matter. They'll get, you know, you can pick up your free bronze, you can spend it at the vendor, you have the character leveled for an ult for the War Within or for Heritage Armor. If you do want to gear it up and play it, then you would want to take all that bronze they get and use it to catch up your gear. So that you can function in the game and work on getting yourself leveled and upgraded, which is a pretty big project, but can be done. They will be on the shop for $20 in a year. I don't think so. Not the remix recolor weapons, I think, would be a weird choice for that. They like selling flashier things in the shop. I don't know. It's true that a lot of things that we thought were going away forever do tend to come back, so you can't say for sure that nothing will come back. But that would surprise me a lot. Yeah, we're talking about the weapon models you can't buy off the vendor. You need to use a couple different characters to get them. You can farm them from various things. If it's an epic and it drops in raid for someone else, you can ask them for it if they don't need the mug. But the greens you have to get on your own. Spam the same wing, still get gear. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like such a big grind. A lot of the weapons look nice, but as long as I don't see what they look like, I'll never know that they existed. It's like a monster under your bed. It can't get you if you firmly deny its existence and you keep your toes tucked under the covers. Don't dangle your footsies. Alrighty. Let's go see where we're at. Mailbox wise. They live in my head rent free. I thought about trying to just farm all of the ones that I could reasonably farm on my geared character, like on my 476. That's not the worst idea I've ever had. Alright, so my slash plate in this character currently sitting at 2 hours and 35 minutes, so we have not been super tight. It's been okay. I've seen worse. It looks like if I did mess it up a little bit. It looks like I don't have enough XP in my mail currently. So I'm going to do another dungeon is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a random heroic dungeon and see if that puts that number over the edge. Because I accidentally looted a couple of tokens. And also, I think it can vary a bit if you get unlucky and you get a lot of the dungeons that have very few number of bosses. That can also be a problem. Burn of Thunder is the one I'm missing it most on. RNG keeps giving me armor, not weapons. Yeah, it's annoying getting like the same thing so many times in a row when you don't need it. Actually, those were all kind of like blue/purple. Not that it really matters. I wonder if on this character, I'm not going to gear it because I have extra no reason to gear this one because I already have a geared hunter, but I wonder if there's a world where I would, I wonder how far I could get her gear upgraded as like a fresh 7D. I guess those, I don't think those were account wide. You'd need to loot a higher level piece first. But I feel like it's not that expensive to get it up to 346. I'd have to look at it. I don't actually know. The weapons are hunter weapons after all. Hunters can get staves, polearms, bows, crossbows, and guns, which is a decent collection. But it's definitely not everything. You're missing a lot of one-handers, wands, offhands, kind of thing. Oh, I keep going to the wrong place. I'm trying to head over here. But yeah, after I get this character finished leveling, I want to check out the Fire Festival. I also want to do some normal raid clears on Squidgy, just to kind of help give back to the world. Do some more leveling carries basically for people that are leveling alts. Get some nice fast normals going. Yeah. Seems like a nice thing to do. Mildly more magnanimous than just sharing my flabby. Hoping the Pandar and Paw staffs come up at some point. They got data mined. Heard nothing. Oh, this is lucky. There's a 476 in this dungeon. This should be fast. Hi. Hello. How you doing? 345% for XP gain. That's pretty good. Did the boss break? I think it broke. Too strong. Your EU account could profit from a fully geared remix character who would like to carry us. I would have to pay for a sub on the account and then start a fresh character from scratch. Sorry. I guess my XP, but I guess I can just pick them up, actually. I guess I could just turn auto loot back on because I've done all the raids and now my cloak is as good as it's getting. I don't know why I'm struggling. It's in the control section. There it is. That's all it takes. Maybe to level. To gear? It took me like 3 weeks to gear. Man, it's 11 o'clock already. They went so fast. Mage Belton, thank you for the 44-month resub. Happy Friday. Much love to you, Kira and Moose. Stay cool this summer. Keep fishing. You betcha. I talked to an NPC in Stardew Valley in a cutscene or something. Maybe it was just a dialogue option last night. And Willie told me, "Oh man, you can always trust a woman who fishes." Well, thanks, Willie. Mark of confidence. You really believe in me. You can throw away a whole 2% XP. I know. True, you've got a point. So true, Willie. I'm terrible at fishing in that game. It's like the worst fishing, the most difficult to me fishing minigame of any fishing minigame. It's very closely tied with the Animal Crossing fishing minigame for frustrating and not relaxing. Animal Crossing is one of my favorite games, but nothing puts me on edge quite like trying to fish for like a really sensitive fish that you need to be really quick on the draw for, because I get wound up too tight and then I click it too early or I click it too late. And I'm just way too intense. Long time to figure out fishing in Stardew. Can't do it with my eyes open. My move, I totally get that. My thing that I do if I'm fishing in Animal Crossing is I keep my eyes open, but I keep a soft gaze that's not on the screen. Because I get too twitchy if my eyes are closed. So I need to have my eyes lightly glazed and unfocused, gazing at the wall off to the left. And then I listen for the bobber. It helps if I'm like basically meditating at the same time. It's very hard. And then of course I restart my island every 2 years and have to do all of my fish again because I hate myself, I guess. Mod it in Stardew so I don't have to. Weirdo, because I love fishing in Stardew. I like fishing for the not hard fish, and I don't mind it later on in the game when you get your fishing skill high enough and you get the specialty equipment that makes the bar huge and whatnot. Like with the quality of life improvements, it's fine, but or it's at least all right. It's still a little tricky and a little stressful for the hardest ones. But I'll be early game, so I'll only be fishing level like 4, and I'll like hook an eel or something in the ocean, and the bar starts going woo 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 woo, and it's just like I can't do it, and then I give up. Just to retain my sanity. Listen, this fish doesn't want to come with me. And I have to respect that. But then if I do get lucky, and I get like an easier pattern for one of those fish, and I do catch it, I stick it in a chest until I can duplicate it in like a pond. So that I have more for like quests or cooking or whatever. Making spicy eel later on. I think the dungeon's over. I don't think I need to do this. I think I can just go run up and loot it.
Killads.
Do we think we're getting playable Heronir? And if so, which faction? I'd give it a maybe, and I would want them for both factions. You know, if Earthing can be both factions. I guess I can just get that stuff in the mail. We can get it like this. So now I'm 46. That should help. Let's see if the mail thing thinks I'm ready. My bags hurt me. Alright, we're ready. We're ready to open. We are at 2 hours and 44 minutes on Boppin's life. And it's time. Blizzard said, "Yo, Hazel, you can add a class to the game. What would it be?" I don't know. I got nothing. That's too scary of a choice. You can do a lot of damage by adding something that doesn't fit with the game long term. Because you can't just take it back once you've added it in. I don't know. Maybe a vampire of some kind. I know lots of people like Bard. Love the Uberding strategy. It's fun. Yeah, another 70. Got my Goblin done. Ooh, you know what it's time for? Is it's time to actually... Well, I wanted to see, just kind of casually, how easy or hard it would be to get her gear, like... To get her gear upgraded. Because she's going to have a ton of bronze. It's like for nothing because I've already bought everything. An artificer or something? Tinker is a really popular suggestion. Yeah, I would want some kind of like a sanguimancer, like a bloodcaster. That takes all of the old vampiric caster elements that they've slowly pruned out of Shadow Priestess. They've made it more Lovecraftian. Good enough. But I also don't know if it needs it. I'm happy with the amount of classes we have. Okay, bunch of bonus bronze. So if I was gonna get her gear caught up to 346, just so that she's not such a wimpy little character, how expensive are we talking? It looks pretty straightforward. 5k per piece, maybe? If you're not saving your bronze, I feel like this actually isn't that bad. Her transmog's perfect, never change it. But I want to make her a summer outfit. I want to put her into like a cute summertime outfit. What's a good balance between using keybinds for casting versus clicking? A lot of high performance guildies say they mostly click, which sounds weird to me. I'm sure it's personal preference, but that sounds weird to me too. I only click on things that are like... If we're talking about like clicking on your bar to use an ability, I'm clicking on stuff on like my sidebar, like my alchemy button. Anything rotational I want to have on a keybind. The exception would be if you have like a mouse over macro where you like click on a mob so that you can kick that one so that you don't have to like tap through a bunch of mobs to get to the one that you want to interrupt in time. That's a bit different. But even then you could do that with a keybind and not a mouse click. The Tinker menu is from Narcissus. It's good stuff. Okay, yeah, so you can, without spending too much, because she still has 48k bronze left, and her stuff is largely 346, so if your character feels weak, you can just use the free bronze they get to catch them up at the upgrade vendor. If you did want to play them and start leveling them, it's not too bad to do that. You don't need to farm a bunch of new gear, you can just upgrade the stuff that you have. Aw, Hunter Killer, thanks for giving out a gift sub. Also, I'm a little afraid because I'm playing a hunter right now. I feel like I shouldn't be on this class. No worries. Of your content. Thank you very much. Aw. Have to stop moving to cast, which sometimes means standing in fire. Kind of depends on the fire. The real end game is when you get comfortable enough with the encounter and with your rotation that you know when the fire is coming and you know when your long cast is coming off cooldown or whatever, when you need to do it, and you don't start that cast until you know you're out of the fire. Like, you eventually hit a rhythm where you can avoid having to interrupt yourself a bunch because you know when that damage is coming. But that takes a lot of gameplay. Okay, she needs a fun summer outfit, and then she is done. And that's my last remix all leveled. Even if I wanted to farm Mogs on any other ones, I don't think I would need to. Okay, so she for sure needs sunglasses, right? She needs like glam sunglasses. Oh, that's terrible. It goes right in front of her hair. Oh no! She looks like a Muppet! Why would it do that? She could have been so... I mean, I might still mog it. Oh man, it's giving Snuffleupagus. So give her her bikini top and then the board shorts. And then a big ol' Murloc floaty. Did I get any sandals? I don't think I bought any sandals. I must have other sandals though. I could just give her those shoes that look like they are not even finished. And I could call them water shoes. I know I have something. Would a monocle work? It needs... she needs to have shades, though. For sun protection. It's 100% missing a texture. I guess I was thinking of some... No. I'm thinking of real shoes that are armor type agnostic. I can definitely wear them on... There they are. That's what I was thinking. It was little ankle bracelets. You get there. And then her weapon, 100% water blaster. The gloves have to stop. Those aren't working. Same thing with the bracers. Yeah, she's ready for a pool party. Although I think I'm just gonna do bare feet instead. Oh man. Goblin hands are enormous. True. I think I like it without a back piece. I think it would have been too... I think being able to like sheath the water gun on the back is good. I think it would have been too bulky with something else. 10 out of 10. Oh yeah. This month had the best trading post Mongo, I swear. Okay, it's time. We gotta go check out. We gotta see what's going on with the Fire Festival. We only have 25 minutes left. Let's park her somewhere. Guess it doesn't matter where. Stick her in the inn. Log out. And I want to start by pulling up the Wowhead guide to get caught up on what's going on. So, one moment, please. Blizzard released a preview. Looking good. There. Coming to both Dragonflight and Cataclysm Classic. Obtain the new Dragonflight exclusive Cliffside Wilderdrake Midsummer Fire Festival armor. Say that 5 times fast. In this year's holiday. They also announced bad luck protection on loot from Frostlord Ahoon, making it easy to acquire certain items. So that's like your weapon enchant, your frost sight, that kind of thing. There's 2 new cosmetic items for sale. The Midsummer Safeguard, which is a shield with some flowers on it and some flames coming out the bottom. And the Mantle of Midsummer, which is kind of a smaller thing that is, I guess... Well, which one's which, actually? I don't know. One of those is the shield and one of those is the back piece. I guess that's the back piece and then that's the shield. That would make more sense. Okay. So you've got the bonfires for the Burning Blossom. The Satchel of Chilled Goods, which contains holiday loot as a daily reward. It doesn't... Oh, I betcha. Increased drop rate significantly for the first boss kill in a single account. Only the first attempt on a single account will be eligible to receive the item drop. Wait, what? We're changing the way that the loot system for the holiday boss drops work. We have increased drop rates significantly for the first boss kill on a single account. It doesn't say daily. On only the first attempt on a single account will be eligible to receive the item. For each subsequent daily attempt on the boss with a single BNet account, the chance for the item to drop will increase and continue to accumulate for each failed attempt. This change will allow players to spend less time working to earn a specific dropped item. What? This does not make sense. This needs more words. If you take this exactly as it's written, unless I'm just having a stroke, if you take it exactly as it's written and you don't assume anything, then you only have one chance per year at the item, but you can spend the rest of your year stacking up bad luck protection for next year. Now, I don't think that's what they did, because that would be stupid. That would be real dumb. But each subsequent daily attempt, the chance for the item to drop will increase. So you get one chance per day. Each failed attempt gives you a buff that increases each day you try? Subsequent daily attempt on a single Battle.net account. Okay, so you get one chance per day per account. But for every day that you don't get it, you have a better chance on the next day. So it sounds like there's no reason to do it on alts. They need another word in here. They need to say on the first daily attempt in a single BNet account. Got it, first drop. Poorly worded. No alt runs. Okay. Because that makes more sense. It's also only the first day of the event, so we can't technically rule it out unless they posted a post to clarify. I think I'm going to take it as the common sense thing, although I do hope they clarify it, because that is definitely not written correctly. I took it to mean the more alts you did it on, the more it stacked up your odds. I can see how you would get there, but it sounds like because they say daily attempt with a single BNet account, it sounds like alts are not needed. Less time working to earn a specific item, increasing opportunity to get it during the holiday. I think the no alts take is both more user-friendly and makes more sense. I appreciate them saying what they're doing, but I need them to proofread a little bit more, even if they have to use like a ton of words to say it. Like hyper specifically, I would appreciate that, just because people are making decisions about how to spend like hundreds of hours of their lives during the event for that. Anyways, what this means is I'm doing it once a day. Complete quest, get gold, etc. So I need to do the boss once a day for a chance at the armor, and then I need to do fires to buy those 2 new items from the vendor. That's where I've gotten from this. Oh. I like that new system, especially if they take that logic and they apply it to all future things like that. Also, isn't she cute in her farmer mug with her chicken? I like that system. Should I take my time running alts and scoot them down to the bottom? I don't need them anymore. I need to organize this. This list is stressing me out. Alright, let's do the holiday boss. If I don't have to run a bajillion alts, I'll be stoked. Would not mind that system for the Arachnoid Harvester. Killing it on 6 characters a day is rough. No tunes are gonna die. Cut out people farming the second account on the same BNet. Yeah. It sounds like they're trying to reduce, like, just degenerate alt running, but still make it so that you can reasonably get it if you're trying it every day, which I think is fine. I think because holidays are limited time and because they stress everybody out so much every year, I think that this is perfectly fine. I'm okay if it makes the rare stuff a little less rare. At least you were doing the event every day. That seems reasonable to me. Let's queue up for a hoon. And let's click off my chef hat. And what else? What else do I want to do? Clean up my bags? What are these things? I don't like them. I don't want them. I wonder if it builds up enough to guarantee you getting it during the event. And if not, does it build up? Does it continue to build the following year? Because we would just be guessing at that point. I don't know. I wanted to open that bronze, but it's a bullion. It's not the kind of bronze you just open. Word of Agira. I feel like I'm landed on Mars. I don't remember all this stuff. That was from the Farak event. I'm pretty sure I don't need that. I don't need these dream seeds either. Although, what if I need them to plant so that I can keep getting the weekly done for Transmog? I felt like their increase to world boss drop rates was significant. I was able to grind those out within like a couple of weeks each, whereas once upon a time it would have been like a not even close. All remixes reminded me was that my Horde Torrent should be a Yongle spitting fire at people. Q-Pop made me think mine did. Oh, I'm sorry. Looks like I'm healer queued for a hoon. I'm curious if I'm gonna get the thing. I also don't know what the thing looks like. It's Drake armor. It's holiday Drake armor. I think I'm just going through the motions. Yongle would be cool. Dream Allied Race still very cool. Still hoping. I wasn't excited at all about the idea of potentially getting Heronir until I saw that little short snippet of them in that trailer they put out semi-recently. I don't remember if it was like the beta trailer or what. The one that had like all the nostalgia shots of all the old expansion trailers. Later in the trailer when they started showing new stuff, they had like a real short snippet of a Heronir doing some kind of ritual that looked real cool. And I was like, oh, I get it. That is cool. Doesn't retail feel slow after playing Remix? I know. I'm just running along at like normal speed. Some kind of chump. Whoa. And people need me to actually heal them? Shocking. They seem very Navi in that. I totally get that. I can see it. Man, I'm gonna have to bathe in sunscreen before I take my dog out, and then later I'm gonna have to like, I don't know, it's like a 2 faces of makeup kind of day because I'm wearing makeup now, and then I'm gonna go sweat it all off, and then I'm gonna have to take it all off properly and then redo it later to record news because I'm not ready to record it yet. I have some notes, but I need to do some more work on it. Goodness, news might be a little late tomorrow. We'll see. As a major lore nerd who mained Darkspear Troll and Vanilla, very hyped to finally get the missing link between trolls and night elves, if that is actually what they are. Yeah, maybe they'll sneak up on me. I wasn't excited at all about them when people first started asking about them. And the few that I saw in-game, I don't know, like the model itself in isolation, not in motion, doesn't really do anything for me. But now I want to know more. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I wonder if we'll get lucky and get this thing first try. More druid races can't hurt. Exactly. Turn in our Shards of Ahun quest. I wonder how many blossoms, I guess I can check how many blossoms I'm going to need to buy the 2 new things, the back piece and then the shield, off of the vendor. We get 20 from that. And I should have gotten a box, right? Like a satchel of, yeah, I did get a box, I see it. Yeah, Summerfest just started today. Now that my dream of human druid is dashed, I don't care anymore. I can be a potato druid. What's a potato druid? Alright. Attempt number 1. Yep. 3 snowballs, 9 blossoms. I'm assuming that's where the Drake armor comes from. I guess I can double check. Maybe I missed something and it's on the vendor after all. Haven't gone around to dose faction fires in ages. That was fun. I'm gonna have to get like my candy buckets out on back or something. Also, I was gonna be like, where are the vendors? But I'm pretty sure I just left them behind. They would have been in. Would have been over here. Starby, thank you for the 5-month resub. Oh no, torch tossing, not again. Oh, truly one of the more frustrating mini games. I don't mind tossing them at the braziers, but like the shadow chasing one gets me every time. Okay, where's the vendor? I would just like to look real quick before we Excuse me, are you a vendor? No, you want me to torch toss. And I don't. Oh, is it you? No. Helm of the Fire Festival. Apparently I'm missing Transmog. Is there not a vendor here? Oh no, hang on. I was just not moving far enough over. We're good. We're good. There we go. Midsummer Supplier. Okay. So there is. Yeah, that's the shield. 350 blossoms. There's the back piece. 350 blossoms. Apparently I didn't buy this from before. Can't imagine why. I'll need to farm 350 blossoms for that. Then it's a good chance to catch up on anything else that you might be missing. There's a few pets and toys and whatnot that you can get. Oh dear. All right. So, what add-on do I want to use for this? Do I have candy buckets installed still? I do. Let me see. Yeah, there's a couple new things for Midsummer. There's some Drake armor, which I think must drop from the Daily Ahoon bag. You can farm blossoms. You can visit a bunch of bonfires. It's very much like doing Lunar Elders or Hallow's End candy buckets. You're just lighting and or burning out fires. It should be not as much of a slog because we have dragon riding now, so we can do it faster. Could level elves this way, couldn't I? Technically, yes. It does give you some experience. Practically, though, if you wanted to level alt, there might just be a faster way to do it. Poking around. Yes, 5 blossoms from that. I might need to use a couple of characters. I might just do like 3 characters and then get the 350 blossoms each. But I have 60 still. Yeah. I wonder how far you would get. I don't know if you'd get all the way to 70. Still can't get over how much I actually enjoy dragon riding. I appreciate that it feels natural in the game to me now, which is a hard thing to add into a game that's been around for this long, that's had flying. I was very worried it was just going to feel difficult and gimmicky and hard to control, and it doesn't, at least to me. Mind you, I'm not super good with it, and I don't play a ton of I don't always do the face your camera to the sky and skyward ascent kind of thing, but even just casually, it feels pretty good. Still use normal flight for some things. I found myself using a lot of flight paths for if I was heading somewhere that was very much uphill, I would use a flight path instead. Save my dragon from getting tired. It's not that you can't manage vigor, you certainly can. I just can't really be bothered. I'm trying to go fast and not think. But I don't think I'm going to be turning on normal flying that often. once they've given it to us as a toggle. I think sometimes. I am kind of a little sad about it being like a hard cast toggle that takes a bit more to do. There's more friction in switching between flight styles in the War Within because you can do it on any mount, which means that you can't just have a flying mount and a not flying mount. Although there are some flying mounts that aren't getting dragon riding. What if they left those specifically so that you could do that? I should check that out. Or do they not fly at all? Actually, I need to make a note of that. Take a look. Wish it was 1 second, not 5. I hate turning in quests with dragon riding. Don't like dragon riding the Emerald Dream. Yeah, who would hit trees? Couldn't be me, right? Man. I had so much fun in Remix. I'm a little sad that I'm technically done. I'm sure I could find other things to do. I can host normal raid clears and whatnot, but or I could farm weapons if I really felt like I wanted to do more, but I'm pretty much done. Bought the last thing from the vendor yesterday and I feel a hole forming. Oh, I hope that's not true. You're probably right, but that's a bummer. I was hoping that was going to be a workaround. Okay, I'm going to wrap up just a couple minutes early. I want to have some lunch and see if I can get my dog some exercise before it really starts cooking outside. I will be back tomorrow morning for a Saturday morning stream. I should have a news video out sometime tomorrow. Might not be first thing in the morning, but I'll do my best. I appreciate the company very much. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye!